The other day, two former stars signed with new teams for the upcoming NBA season, starting with Klay Thompson going to the Miami Heat. Klay is coming off a year where he was pretty much mostly a bench player for the Mavericks. The first time in his career he's been a bench player since his rookie year in Golden State. Obviously, Klay's not the player he once was after the two major knee injuries and then his play over the past few years as he's gotten older. He's not the player he once was, he's not the defender he once was, but he's still a really good three-point shooter. He shot 38% from three on 7.5 attempts last year, and this Heat team really needs shooting. That's why I like the Tim Hardaway Jr. signing as well. And with Giannis and Bam, they're just going to need to be able to stretch the floor. They need guys who don't need the ball in their hands. Certainly think Klay could be in a pretty big role for this team. That doesn't mean, he's going to be exceptional, but I think it's a good signing. The other signing was DeMar DeRozan going to Denver on a one-year contract not long after they traded Peyton Watson. I mentioned Tim Hardaway Jr. They're trying to replace him as the backup shooting guard here with DeRozan. DeMar, I guess there's a world where he could start over Christian Braun, who they're obviously paying a lot of money for. I'm not ready to completely give up on Christian Braun because I think he was a really valuable piece for Denver over the past few years. He did a lot of good things for them, and I just think he just had a really down year and dealt with injuries last year. But with that aside, DeMar DeRozan, I would love to see him in a six-man role for this team because he's a guy who can create for others. He thrives with the ball in his hands. He can get to the basket still. Obviously, he's not a guy who can space the floor at a high level, and defensively, he's gone from bad to pretty terrible. And maybe he buys in a little more on a good team with Denver, but what he was doing over the past couple years, pretty much a turnstile on defense. But if you have Murray and or Jokic on the bench, putting DeRozan in to kind of handle the ball, attack the basket, score from the mid-range, I mean, he's still been an Iron Man. He's played a ton of minutes, even into his late 30s here. He's played 70 games or more in 10 of the last 12 years, so he just has dealt with a lot of injuries. I think he could be a really good six-man and occasional starter for the Nuggets. Do I think he's going to, send them back to the finals? I don't. But I also think he probably is still a better player than $4 million a year. So we'll see how he fits in with this team. He's definitely not the type of off-ball movement player that usually fits with Denver as a role player, but I think this is kind of if Murray gets hurt or if Murray's on the bench, if Jokic is out for a couple minutes, just need someone to kind of helm the offense, and I think DeRozan can do that.